Okay, excuse the mess, but this is the first video I'm going to make of me and my pregnancy. I'm kind of trying to whisper because it's like midnight and I don't think I should be doing this right now, but I barely added in my SIM card, so I wanted to start right now. So I am 18 weeks and 1 day right now with my surprise baby, and I've had a horrible experience. Like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant around almost 7 weeks, I had a horrible morning sickness that lasted all day. I didn't want to eat anything because as soon as I would eat it, I would throw up. So yeah, throwing up to like 10 times a day was not fun. But at least it's going away. It's calming down. It's I only throw up maybe when I brush my teeth in the mornings. I usually just kind of gag up the stomach acid stuff. And then maybe about 3 times a week I'm throwing up food. But it still beats throwing up multiple times a day. And then at night, my belly, like in the evenings, is when I'm actually more hungry, and throughout the night I wake up starving, which has been pretty, I guess it's increased in the past 2 weeks. It's gotten way more intense where my hunger hits randomly. So baby wants to eat. But my belly's still not that big for almost being at the 5-month mark right now. So again, at night is when I eat the most, and that's when I actually get my stomach to kind of inflate a little bit, and that's where a lot of people mistake for like the baby bump. But it's still a food bump because once it goes down and digests, it just goes back to like my regular little gut pouch I've always had. Anyways, here's my food bump, you can say. But baby usually stays around my right lower side, so I can feel him or her right here. And that's where baby stays. I think on Thursday, so today is, I probably should have started it with the date today. It's Monday, December 4th, my grandma's birthday. So shout out to my mommy Chayo, love you. What else was I gonna say? What was I saying? I don't even remember. Okay. Yeah, so baby started moving, at least I started feeling it around Thursday, so I was 17 weeks. I feel like when I was around 14 or 15 weeks, I felt something when I was taking a shower. It just felt kind of like someone kind of like grinded up against my skin really quick on my belly. But that was, I'm not sure what that could have been. And then a lot of other times I think it's just like air bubbles or gas bubbles or maybe food just being digested. That's where I feel that commotion or something. But that was because I would feel it more of like my upper regions right here or on the sides, not where baby is. And now I'm starting to feel like weird little movements. I don't know if they're movements. I don't know. But they're coming more towards where baby is, so I'm pretty sure that's the baby. It feels like my food when it's being digested around these areas, but now it's just happening right where baby is. So I'm assuming that's baby's motions and not my digestive tract. What else? My stomach hair has I already had stomach hair before, but now I don't know if you can see, it's so much worse. I can brush it almost. Maybe I thought I started seeing a little line growing there, but I was wearing some leggings that had a zipper that went all the way up this way. So I don't know if my skin was just having this like reaction to the fake metal or what, I don't know what it is, the zipper, that my skin just kind of reacted to and left a black line there, or a dark line. Because I saw it there for sure after I took those pants off, but now it's kind of going away, so I'm pretty sure that was just the zipper mark that got left on my skin. What else? There was a point I was getting a lot of headaches, but I think that was like when I was transitioning from moving from like having horrible severe morning sickness to kind of being able to start eating a little more. So it's like I was already at that point where I was like, I still felt like I didn't want to eat, but I was hungry, but it's like I wasn't craving anything. I still don't really crave anything. I just get hungry. I don't have crazy cravings that people have always talked about. Yeah, so I went through this little transition stage where it just like went from severe morning sickness to not really controllable, but bearable morning sickness. So I guess during that transition I started getting a lot of headaches, but they look like they're going away now. What else have I not filmed through this? Oh, so when I first found out I was pregnant, they did like an ultrasound around 7 weeks, and that was pretty early, and it kind of scared me, so hopefully that didn't cause anything. But they couldn't find baby, which was so weird. And the not really weird, they just couldn't find him, so they had to do like the vag ultrasound to see if they could find baby that way. And they did, and baby was on my far left side, like way over here. Somewhere my pelvis, like way deep, jammed in my hip apparently. And I say jammed because that's what ended up happening. I started getting these weird, horrible pains on my left leg where the baby was, and it felt like a nerve or something where just like I would step and I would just get this immediate shock of my spine, and I think that was like, I don't know, just, it was random. I don't know if I had just twisted my leg or something earlier that week, because I was doing some cardio, and I was like, oh, maybe I didn't stretch, but then, 2 weeks later, I'm still limping, and it just was horrible. It felt like I was just pinching a nerve, and I'm like, wait, what if I'm pinching baby, or like the placenta or something? So I called our masseuse, Doña Genoveva from Pomona. So my family's been going there for years, and I feel trust with her with pregnant women and getting massaged and stuff. So I went with her, and she told me that immediately on the phone when I told her what I was feeling on my leg and how many weeks pregnant I was. She said, "Oh, tu bebé está encajado." So basically, your baby's jammed in that area and causing those pains. So she smoothly massaged baby and basically moved baby to the center. So I'm assuming that's why baby's here now. And she told me, that's why I bought this like pregnancy little waist cover, or like some short spandex things, or like pregnancy fajas. So she said just because the baby was so small and that the baby was moved, I had to, hold on tight and try not to do a lot of heavy work because baby was pretty sensitive, especially after them being moved from one place to another. So I was on bed rest for a few days, or at least I tried to stay in bed as much as I could. And then, after a while I started walking again, or doing regular day stuff. But my leg was still hurting, and then she said, yeah, it's going to take a while for all whatever nerve damages I had been causing right there to heal. So after like a week or two, I finally started noticing that I could walk better. Yeah, and it was pretty bad. Apparently one of my cousins went through that too. But throughout her whole pregnancy, so that scared me when she told me when she had, I think, one of her sons, her second baby, I think she said most of her pregnancy she had that leg pain. And so I'm so glad I got baby massaged and out of the way, and hopefully was not getting hurt there. And now I don't have leg pain, so that's awesome. I'm getting hungry again. Anyways, I'm starting to, I don't know, it's not really like a freak out. I wouldn't say like midlife crisis, but I would say it's more of like a mid-pregnancy crisis where it's like I haven't been watching a lot of home birthing videos and stuff, and trying to get myself in like that mental state, or preparing myself to do my home birth if God wills it. But I have, like, when I keep looking at the app, like, oh, I'm 18 weeks now, and then I look like, oh, you have 21 weeks left. I'm like, oh God, like it's almost there. It's almost halfway, but that went by so fast, so it feels like it's practically around the corner, and I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom. Like, I've always wanted my own little kid, but it's like everyone says you're never really ready, and like boom, it just hits you the day the baby's born. You just become a mom, and you just don't know. You don't know a lot of things. I don't know, so I just pray that it's something that comes natural to me, and I'm able to, first of all, produce enough milk to breastfeed this baby, because I do not want to do formula. I want to be able to give my baby the natural ways that God has given us or provided us to feed our babies. But not only that, it's also not only the fact that like I hope to produce enough milk, I also hope that I can handle the pain of breastfeeding, because I know I've heard so many women that try and they can't, like, they give up after a week, or some can take up to a month, but then they give up, and whether it's because the baby just, like, they can't handle, like, the baby's sucking or, like, nibbling pains, or if it's just whether, like, some, having the dry nipples or, like, the cracking nipples, and, like, yeah, that's a scary thought, so I pray I'm able to overcome that and work with my, I guess, nurturing and breastfeeding. I wouldn't say skills, because I have never done it before, so I don't know I don't know if I have that skill yet, but I hope through the help of my stepsister and, or with the help of Evelyn and the breastfeeding support group, that, I'm able to go through with it at least for a year. I want to be able to breastfeed my baby. So we'll see. And then, of course, Carlos, he does not like the names I'm choosing. Or I'm thinking of choosing for a boy or a girl. He, doesn't like any of the boy names. And, which are, it's funny because the boy name is where, I'm super sure I want, at least for the first name, to be Jaciel or Jaziel. And Carlos, he's not up for that. But in the end, I kind of don't really care. I don't know. I know it's kind of mean, but whatever. I always told him I had this name chosen since I was a little girl, and that's what it's gonna be if I have a boy. And, what else? And then for girls, okay, the girls, I've never really had, a specific name. I wanted to have my mom's name, so I wanted to name her Enoe. But when I told my mom that, she was like, no, I'm the only Enoe, and all that stuff, so she didn't really like the idea too much. She wasn't too fond of it. So now I'm like, oh great, and then even though everyone's still saying just do it and blah blah blah, but I don't know, I'm still looking at other names too, so, and it's the other one I love, which is another name I picked out the same time when I had picked out my boy's name, the Jaciel. I picked out Eliane for a girl. And again, no one really likes it because they usually say, oh, okay, Eliane kind of sounds like you're saying alien in the beginning, and I don't know. It's hard because I love that name. I love Eliane, but not